Hi, welcome to Jamie's Product Reviews. The Tri-City's very own food and toy product reviewer. Yes, I'm back with another Masters of the Universe Origins figure review. This time I'm going to review a deluxe figure set. I love deluxe figure sets. This is one of the earliest characters in the original toy line. This is Ram Man, Heroic Human Battering Ram. Yeah, Ram Man is one of the more well-known characters because he appeared very early in the series back in the 80s, both the toy line series and the Filmation cartoon. And of course, his gimmick is that he can, well, as his name implies, ram things. But he doesn't do it with any weapons, although he does come with weapons. But mostly he uses his head, if you will. And he comes off, and he's a very likable character in the Filmation cartoon. I mean, he comes off as kind of a buffoon who isn't very bright. Whenever you ram your head into things repeatedly, it does tend to take a toll on you mentally. The action feature that the vintage one had was that you would push the figure down, and then there would be this little button on one of his feet. You push up, and he springs up, and his whole body blasts head first into either an object or an evil warrior. So let's get this thing unpackaged and we'll get right down to it. Here's the big lovable goof unpackaged, and as you can see, it's got a lot of accessories. It comes with a comic book. Let's talk about Ram Man first. You know, he doesn't have as much articulate. I don't think his head moves left and right, and it's very much hindered by these pieces right here. Although it's made of flexible plastic, you know, it's going to kind of get in the way when he turns. He can't really do too much turning of his head. That's all right. But these big, thick, muscular arms of his. He's got like tree trunks for arms. Even He-Man's arms aren't this big. They move out, they move up forward. He bends at the elbows, and this is really stiff. And he turns at the wrists. He's got no articulation in his waist, for obviously to account for his action feature. He's got less articulation, but that's alright because it still has more than the vintage figure had. So let's talk about his action feature. Let's see. You push down. This one works a little differently than the vintage figure. The vintage figure had a button on the bottom of his feet. You could just push and he would spring right up. But this, you just push down on him, and then you push down, and he springs right up. I don't know if this is going to work as well as the vintage figure because, you know, the vintage figure, you know, when you push the button on his feet, you know, you don't have your hands or fingers in the way, because when you push down it to have him spring up here, it's like your fingers are going to kind of get in the way a little bit, so he might end up missing his target a little bit. That's alright because it's still a nice action feature to have, and anytime that any of these Origins figures have action features of any kind, I'm always happy. So let's talk about the deluxe edition accessories. First, let's talk about the additional headpiece. This is a masked version where his nose and mouth are covered. You can only see his eyes here. So obviously you can pop his head right off like that. And you can just put this on, and now he's got more of a demonic look to him. I don't know if this is how he appeared in one of the other series. I don't know, maybe it's the way he appeared in can't remember which series he appeared like this in, if any, but anyway, here's his more overly masked look. I mean, this is a good look, I mean, but I think I'm just gonna display my Ram Man as I knew him, which is this look right here. I mean, because that's the Ram Man that I've known to like. So I'll probably just display him like that. And he does come with an accessory. He does come with an extra hand. You'll notice here he's got his right hand is open and his left hand is closed. But what you can do is you can pull out the left closed fist, and you can put in his open left hand. So that brings us to his weapons. This is his battle axe. This is the one that came with the vintage figure as well as other lines. This is the weapon he's mostly known for, like in the old comics and all that. He was never seen with it in the Filmation cartoon, which I think is kind of a shame, because then again, lots of characters in the Filmation cartoon weren't shown with their vintage weapons that came with their vintage toys. But it is what it is, and this is easy. You just slide right into his right hand, and he's ready to do some chopping. Yeah. And his other weapon here, I like this one, is a battle axe. It's kind of similar to the one that He-Man has, except this one is actually bigger. This one is actually bigger. And this, you can just kind of, now that I've got his left hand open, now I've got his open left hand in place, you just gotta, this one's kind of difficult. I'm having a really hard time getting this in there. Yeah, it just does not. Wait, maybe I'm getting it. Well, anyway, there he is. Now he's got 3 weapons. An axe in each hand and his head. And this guy may not have a lot going on upstairs, but he sure uses what he has upstairs. And he's a great character. And he's been proven to be a worthy ally of He-Man and the Heroic Warriors. And when he's primed and ready with his axes in his hand and his hard hat ready to spring into action, you don't want to mess with this guy. So that's my review of Ram Man, and I'll see you next review or video or whatever. Bye bye.